Right, so I was just literally about to go to bed, and I just got one of the most. Well, it's not one of the most ridiculous comments I've ever got, but it's you know when you're right about something and you get told you're wrong, and it pisses you off, and you've got to correct them because if there's anything I hate, it's like ignorance. You know what I mean? And if you can teach somebody the right way or what the actual banter is, then do that, so they don't walk around saying the wrong shit to people, and then bad information spreads like, well, like a virus. I was going to say like cancer, but that's a bit grim. Technically, I just said it. But anyway, right, guy on Facebook. Um, I seen this. I was just scrolling down. There's a guy in a corset. You know that I don't know if you even know this, but in Titanic, you probably haven't seen that. I'm 35, so watch Titanic or look at a picture and you'll see the woman in a corset. It's where they tie they put this thing around you and tie it like a shoelace, real fucking tight, so your ribs get compressed and it's meant to make you look like you've got a really good figure. And all I said was, because it was a genetically male guy. No, I came out wrong. A genetically male person in this corset or corset, whatever you pronounce it, right? And he says, how do you guys do this? Or how do you women do this? I can't even remember what it says because I can't get to that bit now. But I said, you don't, laughing my arse off. But then I got into this whole other conversation because obviously that comes across as in, oh, you don't because you're a man, huh? You know? Even though that's basically what I was actually saying, because not only one is it, well, I'll get to that why it's fucking stupid in a minute, and two, male, well, I'll get to both of them in a minute. It's not because wear again fucking costume and go around the streets, and I wouldn't give a shit. But don't do something that's gonna fucking potentially kill you. Anyhow, so I had this conversation with this other person. Now this other person is an American, so doesn't realise that in Britain we kind of call each other dickheads, cunts, all sorts of shit all the time, and it's just banter. Or we'll have roast the shit out of each other, like Ricky Gervais. You probably know him, don't you? Anyway, so that was a shite job. Why was the flame so big? Anyhow, so I don't think anyone's ever gonna find this person's name out. I'm not gonna say last name because one, I can't pronounce it. In fact, if I did, and it's got Dyke in it. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, I'm just gonna call that Kim, okay? Why are you even in this group? Haven't posted anything and just hate on people. Okay, so I said it was a joke. ... Hence the laughing my ass off. If you read that darkly, well, sorry, sorry to be blunt, but that's on you. You know what I mean? So basically, if you read that in a negative light, that's not my fucking problem. You know what I mean? And I went, oh, you're American, because I do check the when people comment to me to see if I'm talking to a fucking child. That'll come back in a second. Anyhow, oh, you're American. I'm British. I do struggle with fucking a bunch of medical shit, mental stuff myself. So reading's not a very good thing for me with dyslexia. But anyhow, I'm British. Apparently we handle better like a rock instead of like a snowflake. Haha, lol, just kidding. Joking again, full caps. Just to, make sure 100%. She continues, well, I don't know if you saw, but there are haters. Actually, it's her writing. Haters in the comment section on this post. Easy to see how that could be read as that. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. Also, I thought jokes were meant to be funny. This was before I actually sent her any replies to her, so. Good one, got us a little bit. Oh, your jokes are meant to be funny. And I was just, okay. Well, after just, well, yeah, now after just reading them, because like, yeah, it was brutal. If you think I said something like horribly, horribly, like fucking offensive, you should read the rest. Like, I'm not gonna go through them, but yeah, holy shit, man, internet. Anyway, and I said, and then my response to her little fucking diss was, humor is subjective. I was actually going to say, isn't it Murray? But anyway, I didn't want to get called a clown, so I didn't do that. Anyway, she says, no, actually, I said back to her, to be clear, they compress your ribs and organs and have caused so many deaths, which is why, dot, 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 you don't wear them. Even worse, if you have a genetically larger frame, not being a dick here, sorry, even worse if you have a genetically larger frame, not being a dick here, just so you know. And I said, Christ, I got a tiptoe because I just wanted to rhyme, you know? And then she says, oh, I've worn them and I understand how bad they can be. That's why I started getting these things that look like them, but aren't true corsets. I don't know if I'm saying that right, it's going to probably wind people up. So no squashing of the organs. And I liked that comment, and I said, at least that's good to hear. No point ending up in hospital or worse, you know. And she said, also thanks for being one of the, for not being one of the dicks on here, right? And then I just got a random, like after all that, right? Somebody didn't read a fucking thing and just said, turns out he actually does. Weird that. And I don't even, I literally just did 13 minutes ago. It's extremely bad for you and can easily result in death, especially if your bone structure is slightly bigger from tens of thousands of years of evolution. So, do you suggest people do this now? Why do you think it went out of fashion? It wasn't because a cool new band came out and people liked the new style, shaking my head. If you don't believe me, do your own research and come back, smiley face. By the way, next time, why not read the convo I had about this rather than trying to sound smart? Stay light. That's why you don't wear them. Unless you're ignorant about the facts or simply don't care, then fine, look stupid while your stomach fills with bacteria and you rot from your inside out. I didn't say it out. Inside and die of sepsis. Lol. And then, oh, I almost said her name there because the person, this new person I'm talking to, I mean. But anyway, it doesn't even matter what this person's name is. I said lol because I always like when I'm being sarcastic. I normally tend to throw a lol in unless I'm actually genuinely finding it funny. So I guess you would never know now. But anyway, well, it seems like you're a bit of a troll because I went on a profile. I'm guessing at pronouns. Yeah, I went on this person's profile to see if I was talking to somebody who's young, you know, and yeah, stupid. I'm saying that because you know your brain's not finished development until you're 25, so you know, young and stupid. It's not really that much of a diss. Sorry if you're under 25, but you know, you're not done yet. Anyway, seems like you're a bit of a troll, but I triggered you, didn't I? I went to see if you were just young and I just said this and uneducated on the matter, but I got Rick Ashley. There was a link to a YouTube video and it was Rick Ashley. So actually, that was props off. Props off. Hats off to them. Props to them. Whatever. By the way, do you know this person because you just presumed their pronouns on this person's Facebook page? By the way, it was all like rainbow shit, gay rights this, gay rights that. So that's why I put that in there. But kudos for the Rick Ashley YouTube link. Dot dot dot. I wanted to find out if I was talking to a 6-year-old because I know I'm smarter than a 5-year-old. That last bit's a joke, little one. Alright? I just wanted to get that off my fucking chest because I thought it was fucking hilarious. I can't wait to get a reply. If I get a reply, I'll try not to stutter through it like I did there, but I'll keep going with it. If not, I hope they've got a fucking bucket of ice and a cup of fucking warm milk. And it didn't actually stop recording. I wanted to drop the mic there. Anyway, ta-da.